color is that?
It's the same one you done seen before.
I've seen this.
This ain't nothing new.
I don't think so. I think.
No, you just ain't paid attention. I wear it all the time. That thing's about a year old.
I'm thinking about you have green. Maybe that's one too. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. That's pretty.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. We still have a few minutes, and we welcome you to the Virtuous Divas book club, the October book club meeting. It has officially been 1 year for us doing Facebook Live for our club meeting. So we thank you for those that are going to tune in, and for those who may go back and watch. We thank you for being here live with us on tonight to discuss our two selections. If you have a selection that you would want us to read, I would say message us, please. And if we don't have all of next year's filled up, we just may include the book that you suggested. We're open to suggestions. Some of the books this year we got excited about, and other books we said, Lord, help us get through chapter by chapter of this book so that we could discuss it. But that's how you find out what you like and what you don't like. We tried to do a variety of genres. We didn't want to get stuck in just, even though we are women who are saved and all about Christ, we didn't want to get just stuck in Christian fiction. We wanted to venture out some, like we say, we save, but this is not a Christian book club. It's for anybody. Some of the books, we've done urban fiction, autobiographies, Christian fiction. We've done mysteries and thrillers. We've had an extensive selection, and like I said, some of those books we was like, yes, this is the book. We've had some self-help books. So I'm excited about one of the selections on tonight. The other one that ranks in that, please help me get through it chapter by chapter. That murder room. But we still got a few seconds, and so we're going to invite somebody to join us. We appreciate you joining us. Send us a shout out to let us know that you're on, that you're watching. We still just waiting. I'm not like one of them, like other people, just sit around and do something while we waiting on people to get on. I like to talk. For those that go back and do the replay, they just sitting there watching folk put on lipstick, fix mess with their hair, make sure their hair is okay. My hair gonna be what it is. It's just gonna be what it is. It's natural. It's just gonna look like what it's gonna look like, and it is what it is. So there they go. That's my fixing my hair routine. I already got my turquoise lipstick on. Y'all know I like lipsticks. Y'all want to bless me? Mail me a lipstick. Mail me a odd and peculiar color. I will wear it. Listen, I'll go find an outfit to match my lipstick. So once again, we thank you for being on with us live for the Virtuous Divas October book club meeting, where we will be discussing The Murder Room and How Exceptional Black Women Lead. And of course, I think last month we put for October, November, and December. But once again, when book club is over, you'll see what the November selections will be. I believe it is The Last Madam and something else. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know why I'm not prepared. It's just one of those Fridays. I've been laid back. It's been easy. It's been easy selling on today, and my mind still, it's still, I done had 2 cups of coffee and my mind's still not clicking in, but that's okay, because it's one of those, easy going Fridays. I'm not trying to do anything too hard today, tonight, or tomorrow. How about that? I'm going to have an easy weekend. So if you're going to have an easy weekend, put a shout up for us. Let us know that you are on. I have with me, you can see her shoulder. You can't really see her face. I'm going to turn it to her so you can see her a little bit. I have Elder Phyllis Rose with me on tonight. She's my co-host on tonight. I'm gonna make her talk tonight. Yes, she don't really like to talk much, but she's gonna talk tonight. I don't have my talkative other co-hosts on tonight. I believe she had a revival to go to. That's if she didn't fall too hard. Nichelle, we so sorry. I hope you feel okay, because once you over 25 and you hit that ground, baby, sometimes it take a couple of days to recover. Yes, I'm putting your business out there. So I hope you are recovering. I hope you are all right. I hope you can make to see your friend preach on tonight. I hope you can make it. But if you can't, Epsom salt works. And get icy hot. Get you some icy hot. Rub your cell phone down. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. God is good. I'm trying not to laugh at you. I'm trying to keep it serious and solemn, but I don't know how long. Yes. Falling to the knees. All right. Amen. See how God will make you pray? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? A simple fall will make you pray. Yes, it will. Amen. So we thank God for her as she goes to revival tonight. And so we have Elder Phyllis Rose with me tonight. And we're going to talk as much as we can talk about the murder room. We're not going to be on here a whole hour, so please don't hold us to it. But by what was that, P.D. Mason? Okay, let's talk about the murder room. P.D. James. Yeah. I knew it was something with a P, a D, and something. Okay, so P.D. James, the murder room. Now, I want to say this, and I said this to Elder Phyllis. I am a Arthur Conan Doyle fan. I love Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes. I like any mystery or thriller or whodunit that's they got to call out Scotland Yard. I've loved Arthur Conan Doyle since I was I'm still young. Since I was younger. I like Arthur Conan Doyle. I like even the TV series Sherlock. I like Sherlock. I don't know who the actor is, but Lucy Liu is his assistant. I like Sherlock. I like anything Sherlock. Elementary, that's the name of it. I like anything Sherlock. Even when with what's his name? Downey.
Morton Downey.
No.
Junior.
Robert
Downey.
When he plays in 2 or 3 of the Sherlocks, I like them. However, This murder room. So this is what Tina Pearl did. First, she got the book. I went and got the book. I downloaded it on my Kindle. I started trying to read it. I started. I think I got to like the 4th or the 5th chapter. I was pressing and I was pushing. I was pushing and I was pressing, because most times if a book don't catch me in the first chapter, I'm really not gonna finish the book. A book gotta like catch me and make me want to run on to see what the end is gonna be. And so I pressed, because I was like, how you gonna lead the book discussion and you don't read the book? Now I'm talking to myself. How you gonna do it, Tina? Read the book discussion. Read the book, do the discussion, and you don't read the book. So I got to chapter like 4 or 5. Okay, it didn't work for me. Let me tell y'all, I fell asleep in the middle of reading the book. Y'all pray for me. So I like audiobooks. So what I did is I downloaded the audio. When I woke up, I was on chapter. I was on chapter 8. I didn't hear 1 through 7. Now, I'm going to say this. The first 3 chapters, they give a lot of information. It was just so long and so it was just, oh my goodness. And then it started picking up. And then, the reason I know this is because I went back to chapter 1 in the audio narration. And I listened, and by the end of the 3rd, it was sort of picking up. And then by the end of the 5th, it sort of let back down. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to confess. I'm going to, the word of God said I need to confess my faults. I did not finish that book. I don't know who did it. I don't know who was killing people or acting out crimes from the murder room. Now, what I do know from the I read half the book. What I do know from what I read was that the killer. Let's talk about the murder room itself. It was a room in a museum in England with notorious killers, serial killers and murderers, and so they had pictures and books and documents about these serial killers. So whoever this killer was, he was killing people according to what was in the murder room. So I don't know who did it. I can't even tell you the character name. Y'all pray for me. This is the first time that I just could not get through a book. And when I was talking with my sisters, my fellow people who got the book, I'm like, y'all, they was like, So I realized it wasn't me. So Elder Phyllis, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I want you to tell me what you got out of that book. What did you?
I didn't. I did not. I didn't get anything out of that book. And I'm the type that I love mysteries. I love solving them.
Right.
I love to try to solve them before it even happens.
Right.
I want to know. I can tell you who done it. She's quicker than I am, but she's good. Her name from me is Sherlock. Yes, it is.
I've always liked this, all the way back to Encyclopedia Brown.
Yeah, but it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely. Anything, if it's too drawn out, I lose my interest. I just close it.
I lost interest by the end of the first chapter.
Drawn out.
I forced myself to get as far as I did. I just really couldn't get, and that's probably why I can't. I identify with characters. I look at character progression. I look at, how did they start out in the beginning of the book, and what is revealed about them by the middle of the book, and is there any kind of change? Did they grow? Did they regress by the end of the book? I really follow characters. I really get into characters because, of course, they're important to the plot and the plan of the book. But I can't tell you one character in this book. I can't remember a name. I know it was a lady. She was responsible for cleaning the murder room, and a murder happened, and they called in a detective from Scotland Yard, and so he began to investigate, and that's when he realized that whoever this murderer was, he was going by that's how he realized the murder was going by Father help me, going by the murders that was cataloged in the murder room. But if we were Cisco and Ebert, we would have 2 thumbs down right about now on this book. But once again, that goes back to say the back of the book was more interesting than the whole book.
It built up no momentum. You got to have some momentum when you're drawn out like that.
Yes.
But it didn't build up anything. There was no twists, no turns, no nothing.
Even the man reading the book was monotone. I was like, okay, can we get some excitement in this narration? I mean, I like audiobooks. I like for it to, because I can clean and do whatever I'm doing while I'm listening to the book. But can we get some even when you're reading the book? I want to talk to the good British people. I love your accent, but can y'all get some excitement? You're just so calm. Somebody dying. Can you say can you do something? Can you scream? I really didn't like the book. This is, and it was others that didn't necessarily suit my taste, but this one I can honestly say I did not particularly care for. Like I said, I just really couldn't get into it. And this is the first in a whole year. This is the first book that I have not read.
I put this one with Belle. Belle.
Oh yeah, but see, even I got through Belle. I didn't like it, but I read it. Because Belle was something else. It was just hard to follow.
It was all that flowery poem stuff.
But I read it. See, this is the first book I didn't read. I couldn't wrap and I'm an avid reader. Now we do 2 books a month, but I can do 2-3 books in a week. So I'm an avid.
At the same time, people. At the same time.
I don't know why she throwing me up under the bus. Maybe because I threw Michelle up under the bus. Karma is something. Because I like to read. And so anytime I get some free time, and my God, don't let me get a free day. Oh, I can read a book in a day and go on to the next book. And yes, I do read 2 or 3 books at one time and listen and can compartmentalize it, and I don't get the stories confused. I know what character belongs to what book. I know where I left off at. I know where I'm getting ready to pick up at. But that's a book that really has to capture my attention. I'm one who will read the textbook and like it.
Oh my goodness!
Because I'm learning something. Okay. My sister is a psychologist. There are some psychology books that I have read. It was almost like reading urban fiction. People got problems.
Oh, yeah.
And they telling you what to look for and how to solve. I like stuff like that. I shock myself sometimes. I like on the things that really just interest me, that captures my attention. If I tell somebody I just read a 500, 600 page psychology book, they probably look at me be like, you in school? No, I read it because it was a psychology book, and I was into the title.
Wow.
The title got to me. But I just really couldn't get into. That's my sister-in-law. Hey, Bridget, how you doing, baby? It's good to see you. I just couldn't get with it. I had to put it down. I had to give it I had to quit pressing, and I had to quit pushing because I couldn't get past. I think I got to chapter 10 or 11, somewhere in there in that audio, and then I had to let it go. I had to quit listening. I stopped reading. It gave me a headache, and it put me to sleep. So that just tell me it wasn't a very good book. And like you said, it didn't have no plots, twists, and turns. It had no excitement. It just didn't. It didn't do anything for me. So I want to ask Amazon if they could give me my money back. I say, do you give money back on books that you really didn't like? And if y'all look it up, y'all see that I really didn't read the whole book. Now, did you get a chance to do How Exceptional Women?
No.
Fellas, how you gonna be at the book club on book club live?
I can answer questions, general questions.
That's my sister-in-law still. Okay. I really like how exceptional Black women lead. It took me back to last month when we did the woman shoot.
Oh yeah.
This is almost in the same vein, and she gives a lot of good pointers for Black women in leadership. What we should expect when we see a Black woman in leadership, what we should look for. And listen, if you are a Black woman in leadership, how you can improve in your leadership. She gives a lot of examples through Black women who are already in leadership. And when I mean leadership, I'm not talking about your everyday normal supervisor. I'm talking about women that are over Xerox, Goodwill Industries, where there are CEOs and CFOs and NAACP, women that are in leadership. Hey, Elder Cynthia, God bless y'all. Thank you for watching. But she begins to just break down some things, and I now see books like this. I really like. They're self-help. She talks about stop waiting for people to affirm you. and know your own worth. No, don't wait for somebody to tell you doing a good job. Know you doing a good job and continue to do a good job. She talks about the barriers that we as Black women face, not just face as just being a woman, and then on top of it being a Black woman. She give all kind of statistics and demographics in that one. This is a book that I spent time highlighting. See, stuff like this, I really get into. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the first page. And I'm gonna read some of the things that I have highlighted so that you can get the gist of what I'm saying. Her first chapter starts out, and what I like about it is Black Women Rise.
Oh, okay.
Black Women Rise. Because we have so much to offer. We as Black women, we have a lot to offer in every area. Business, religion, nonprofits. We have a lot. Black women, we are smart. Yeah. We are strong. I'm telling you, if you really want to get the job done, get a Black woman. We are used to already working and living and doing in adversity. We are used to working while we're carrying hard emotional burdens, financial stress, and yet we could get the job done. I don't know about you, Bridget and Cynthia, but I watched my mother make $5 last all month. Can't nobody do that but a Black woman. Can't nobody feed 6 people with $10. We will figure it out. Yeah. Y'all better help me on Facebook Live. I've learned so much from Black women. I think we are phenomenal. We are phenomenal, and we tend to be at the bottom of the bucket. But I tell you, sometimes I think we are misunderstood a lot. Once again, I think we have a whole lot to offer. I think we have a whole lot to say. I think that we are misjudged. It bothers me that when we express our opinions, we are considered angry. Because we disagree. They think we mad. No, we're not mad. I'm just telling you, you stepping on my toe, and you need to get up off of it because it hurts. Go ahead. You was gonna say something.
Well, that's what we a lot of times we're judged because we are generalized. They generalize the Black woman in every category. If we express our opinion, we're being emotional, and they generalize the Black woman as a whole. If we put them in their place, we're outspoken, uppity, snooty, power hungry, controlling. No, I'm just right. Just tell me I'm right and move on. That, and the fact that now there's 2 sides to this. There are some Black women who are power hungry, who are they would just stifle a room when their presence just stifles a room because of the control. That's true. But in a nutshell, we are very intuitive. We'll look at a tree and figure out how to make it a business.
She said that in here. She said Black Women Rise. She gave the quote, "I'm a trailblazing woman. For me, it wasn't important to make history, but it was important to be the first of many." This comes from Ambassador Susan Johnson Cook, the former United States Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. She went on to write, "Black women are born leaders. We are the backbones of our communities, key providers in our homes, and over the years, and in many ways, we have been the oil in the engine of change that has transformed nations. Yet too often, our leadership strengths and capabilities are minimized, prematurely compartmentalized, or actively silenced. In spaces of official leadership, we are commonly missing, though clearly in action. We make sure what needs to be done gets done, but rarely do we take center stage. receive due credit, or assume the mantle of leadership in any formally designated way. And what she said here is true. We are the backbones of our family. We are the backbones in our community. When you look at all the marches that have been organized, I'm not saying men are not present, because they are, but baby, them black women come out. They support one another, and then we are, and as with anything, we got them catty individuals. We do. So we're not talking about them. Right. We talking about phenomenal strong black women who really need to know their worth. They need to know their worth in corporate America. They need to know their worth in their home. Like you were saying, sometimes we are a certain way, and then we're perceived as uppity. My thing is, why do I have to walk with my head down? Because it bothers you. Right. Because I walk with my head up don't make me snooty. It don't make me uppity. It don't make me feel like I'm better than you. I just have a standard, and I live a certain way. Exactly. I feel a certain way about myself. I like me. You know, it took me some time to get here. So, well, actually, I'm in love with me. But I, you know, for the sake of, I like me. And I understand being the backbone of my family. I understand how, listen, I have a daughter, and I have a biological daughter. I have nieces. I have young women looking at me. My life needs to teach them something. They need to learn. They need to learn from me. And she addressed that in here. She addressed some of the things that we experience just from our culture, and even she went back as far as slavery and how the mentality has followed us all the way to here. She was talking about, she compared us to the Jewish nation as they went through the Holocaust and the effect that the Holocaust has had on the Jewish nation. And she said, and that is discussed all the time. But what's not discussed is what effect that slavery has had in our culture for African Americans. And why do people get upset when we begin to address that? We can address the Holocaust, and it was horrendous, and I get that. I take nothing away from that. But slavery was horrendous for us, and yet there has been no reparations for us, and we were enslaved for 400 years. Y'all better come on to help me talk here on Facebook. Even now. So she talked about the effect that slavery has had on us mentally and emotionally. How when they sold our children to keep the families divided. That's still going on to a certain degree. You know, the attachment to family and how that disrupted the attachment to family, how it made us feel. She said a lot of us suffer from post-traumatic syndrome from slavery because it's been carried on from generation to generation from generation to generation. And so she talks about how that has affected us mentally, emotionally, economically, how we see ourselves. And when you talk to a lot of black women, we have dreams and we have aspirations, but something keep us from reaching those dreams and reaching those aspirations. And so she begins to address that. And not only does she address it, she gives some self-help. She gives some tips. As a black woman, I want to suggest that you read How Exceptional Black Women Lead. She gives the secrets of how these black women in today's society, the things that have kept them, the things that they went through. It's not easy to lead. If you are in any kind of leadership position, you know it's not easy to lead. There's a lot of sacrifices when we have dreams. She talks about dreaming big. And I put it on this page. She gave an affirmation. What she told us to do was to type the affirmation up and fill in those blank spots. Type it up and don't put it on your refrigerator. If you in the office, put it on your desk. If you at home, she said, put it in a frame. Okay. Put it in a pretty picture, a frame, and read that affirmation. Let it sit. Let it be in your eyesight on a daily basis. And then she talks about having a plan to succeed. I'm telling y'all, let me just read some of this stuff. I was loving this. If I just go into the contents, when she say Black women rise, that was the introduction, that we need to get up from the place that we are in, because wherever you are mentally, wherever you are emotionally, wherever you are economically, wherever you are in your relationship, she's saying come up higher, come, and you can do it. It don't matter how old you are. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And so you can do better than where you are. You just need a plan. She talked about establishing a network. Most of us have friendships, but we don't have a network.
Come on.
And how a network is very important when you're trying to succeed, because there are some people out there who's doing what you do, who know more about it than what you're already doing. Mm-hmm. And she said, and sometimes we don't pride to keep us or being shy. We don't reach out to people. We don't have conversations with people. We just don't walk up to people and say, hey, how are you? I'm Tina Pearl. Now I can do that. Mm-hmm. But most times we don't necessarily do it. When we go places together, we sit with people we know instead of sitting at a table where you know nobody.
Mm-hmm. This is not a lazy effort.
It's not a lazy,
and you can't cut corners.
Right. So she said you have to make sacrifices. You have to do what's necessary for you to go to the next level or to the next dimension in your life. Let me read something else, because I couldn't get into the murder room, but I got into this one right here. Anything that's going to help me do better. I just believe in taking it in. What did she say? Why did I do this? Okay, hold on. The first thing that is necessary to grasp along your leadership journey is the fact that nothing is what it is by mere chance. Everything is whatever it is for a reason. And if it, she put that in quotation, does not serve the vision you have for your future, then you must engage in purposeful action to create change. So maybe you don't see what you need, so you need to be what you don't see. You know,
that makes sense.
I don't see a way I don't see a way this could get done. I don't see this in my community, but it's a need. Well, then God may be challenging you to meet a need. That may be your next business. Down here in South Carolina, they got certain boys, but they don't have the 216 Polish boy.
Come on.
They don't make it like we do in the 216. I tell them that all the time. Y'all got this stuff on your menu, but you ain't got it right. But it's all right. And so I'm just too lazy to cook. But if I wanted a food truck and just did Polish boys, I could clean up in Columbia, South Carolina, because they don't do it the way that we do it. Yes. And a few times that I made it for people, they loved it. They was like, oh my God, this is it right here, baby. You don't even have a clue. They don't even know what a shoulder sandwich is. I said, where you people from? But that may be God's way of saying, hey, you want streams of income? Here it is. This could be your next business. Sometimes we don't want to start at the bottom. We want to start at the top. Mm-hmm. But we got to lay a foundation. And she talks about this in this book, laying a foundation, writing out a plan, get you a vision, because you can't succeed if you don't know where you're going. Mm-hmm. You need to have a vision for your life, a vision for your marriage, a vision for your business. Listen, a vision just to, on Sunday, what we gonna do? You need to have a vision, and you need to be working towards a vision. Some visions, you need to know, this is what I want to accomplish in 30 days. Mm-hmm. This is what I want to accomplish in 90 days. Sometimes we broaden it. I want to be here in 5 years. Okay, but what is it going to take you to get from point A to point B in them 5 years? So you're going to have to start with, what can I get accomplished in 30 days? What can I get accomplished in this week? What can I get accomplished in this month? What can I get accomplished in 3 months? What can I get accomplished in 6 months? And then when you look up, You got a lot accomplished. A lot of times we trying to bite off big chunks and we get discouraged. And when we get discouraged, or it becomes hard, or it becomes very, very difficult, we shut down and we stop doing what we need to do to accomplish where we need to go. We need to have goals. Okay, I'm going to let you talk. Go on.
Well, I'm learning that you don't have necessarily, degrees are good, but in this day and time, experience. They're looking for experience. So if you go to school and just get some experience, or get some added knowledge to what you already possess, that will help you get in the door. You don't always have to have a PhD in medicine just to know something about medicine. They're looking for the experience. They're looking for what you're tied to, the relationship, not just getting a doctorate in medicine. Experience helps. Okay, let's say you wanted to run your own business or your own real estate business or something. Find somebody who's big and ask them to let you shadow them. Learn the ins and outs. Everything is not set up in a classroom. Sometimes hands-on makes a better classroom.
Yeah.
Hands-on makes
because
a better classroom.
Because you learn more hands-on than you do from the textbook. When it's hands-on, it's a different. I'm going to read this. It says, most of us spend our lives running away from the risk of discomfort, the pain of disappointment, the sting of embarrassment, that discerning feeling that maybe, just maybe, we're not good enough. Each of these examples are experiences that most seek to avoid. But avoidance more often than not results in a failure to take the risks that are necessary to fulfill our greatest potential. In our zest to avoid unease, we too often rationalize, make excuses, and eventually come to accept that which should never be tolerated. You will learn to get to where you've never been before. You must first become uncomfortable with where you are now. You must reject the seduction of satisfaction and the illusion of impossibility. And when you do, you will come to see that despite the very real barriers and structural challenges that every Black woman faces, it is in fact possible to break through and achieve your wildest ambitions. Others have done it, and so can you. And that's why it's important that we watch others, and important to know that others watch us, because they're learning how to overcome adversity, how to overcome hardship, how to endure hardship and not give up, how to fail and not be a failure, because you fail don't make you a failure. All failing does is tell you, I need to go back and change what I did. And a lot of times we're going to fail more than once. And I'm talking about in one area. But we shouldn't shut down or give up or become discouraged. If we learn from our failures, then we will begin to succeed. Sometimes the first plan don't work. So you got to go back, rethink, and rewrite that vision, rewrite that plan, and get up, brush your knees off. We don't have to be embarrassed because the first business failed. A lot of people, their first businesses fail. They second, third, and their fourth business fail. And by the time they get to 5, the number of grace, we on the ball and we on the roll. But the thing is, they didn't give up because they failed. Failure is just a lesson. It doesn't mean that you yourself are a failure because you failed in something. And so she talks about that. She talks about, being stubborn, being obstinate, being consistent. Oh my God, does she talk about that? Being consistent in the things that we do. All of these things make us exceptional leaders, makes us an exceptional Black woman who can lead. How she talked about overcoming racism, sexism in the corporate world. Some of the things that are said to us. She gave an example. She gave 2. This first one I love a lot. It was a Black woman. She was on a team, and a white man came in there. He wanted to be very intimidating. He wanted to basically know, hey, I'm used to getting my way. What I say go. He said, I'm like a German shepherd. And he just going on talking about himself. And so she said, so you a German shepherd? He said, yes, that's what I am. She said, well, I'm a Doberman Pinscher.
Oh, my.
She said, we let you in, but we don't let you out.
Come on.
And she said, and because he was the way that he was, he ended up being terminated, or, you know, they called it resigning. He resigned, and she said, and when she went to his banquet for, you know, him going on to wherever other endeavors, she said she walked up to him and said, woof, woof. Because the bottom line is, you come in to intimidate, and when the smoke clear, I'm the one standing.
Come on.
You know, I love that. I highlighted that in blue. But she gave so many examples of she gave an example that fits me really well. That how we need to learn how to deal with things without being overly emotional. To let them know that, to be professional when certain things arise in the office and in the corporate setting. How to get your point across. To be firm without being mean. And she talked about doing it with a smile. I hollered when I read that. I said, I already got that. I got that down. I'm serious about what I'm saying, but I'm smiling so that you can be at ease with what I'm saying. I'm not smiling so I can be at ease, but I'm smiling because, hey, I'm trying to help you feel comfortable, but I mean what I say, and I say, you know, what I mean. Where's your tablet where you can read?
I can see it.
She said we have to redefine failure. That means that we have to learn and grow from each one, and that's the truth.
And not grow as a carbon copy. Grow with your own twist.
That's right. Be you.
Be you.
That's how an exceptional and phenomenal black woman leads. There is nobody like you. Be you. Be you in your leadership. Be you in your company. Be you at your job. Be you. Because can't nobody do it like you. And that's a woman who knows her value. You know, she know how to act in certain situations, but for the most part, I'm going to be me. I can't be anybody. I can't be anybody but me. Somebody else's look don't look good on me, but my look looks good on me. Your look looks good on you. Your disposition, that's you. If you like to laugh, don't let anybody take your laughter. Don't allow people to tell you laugh too much. I had somebody tell me you laugh at everything. I like to laugh. And if it's funny, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh at it. And maybe you just mad because I laughed at you. I don't know. But I like to laugh. Yeah. I like to have a good time. I don't like to be stuffy. I don't want to. That's not me. That's not me at all. Now, I can act accordingly in certain situations because certain situations call for certain things. But even in that, I'm going to be me. I'm going to smile. I think I got a pretty smile, so I think somebody ought to see it. There you go. Let me tell y'all this. So I went to a church one time. I went for a particular occasion, and this lipstick that I have on now is the lipstick that I had on then. Now, let me just tell you about the good people of the church. Sometimes they think stuff is just too much. Well, maybe this was too much, but it was me. I like green lips. I like blue lips. I like turquoise lips. Yes, I do. And if I'm wearing black, I'll put on black lipstick because that's me. It looks good on me. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. So what happens is, so when you wear stuff like this, people see it and they just look at you. I started wearing it on my job, and a young lady come to me. She said, I love it. Now, she said, now you know you got them talking. But I love it. That's right. Yes, pay attention to me. You're going to learn something. But I'm going to be me. She talked about that too. I love this. I love this book. Y'all got to get this book. It's called How Exceptional Black Women Lead by Dr. DeWeever. She talked about, I lost my train of thought. It's going to help me. She talked, this is going into networking. She talked about nobody is going to toot your horn better than you can. She talked about it's okay. It's okay to be an overachiever. It's okay to toot your horn. It's okay to let somebody know who you are. It's okay. A lot of times we waiting on people to discover us. But I've learned when I look at when they do the documentaries and when they do people's life, you know, like Tina Turner, they do make a movie out of their life. What I've learned that a lot of these people have in common is they overexerted themselves. They went and told somebody how good they was. Here, listen to my CD, listen to my cassette tape. Yes, I'm the bomb. It's nothing wrong with believing you are the bomb, and there's nothing wrong with telling somebody and stating it matter of factly.
And let them know they don't miss out.
Right. You know what? You need somebody to facilitate your program. I'm the one because I can talk. Anybody who's ever got on the book club know I can talk. I got to remind myself to let somebody else talk. But I can talk, and I'm interested when I open up my mouth. I'm not a person who's not interested. I'm interested. I thrive. I choose to be interested. I live to be interested, and so we have to learn how to toot our horn. And not be afraid, because this is part of the network, and be like, hey, like you said, your company will be at a loss if you don't hire me, because I'm going to get the job done, and I'm going to get it done in a way that nobody else can get it done. Okay, I'm going to let you talk right there.
Well, not just that. We do have something to offer as women of color. We'll take our misery to help somebody else. We can take our misery to help somebody else. Just think, people. Listen, ladies. If we know about abuse, we can teach it. We can relate to somebody else and help them. We can build a corporation around abuse. We can build a corporation around being a victim. It's what we do. It's not too many things we can't build a company from. And I'm saying that to say we have a nerve or a knack. We have the tenacity to put a twist on anything, on everything. If you bring in some purple umbrellas, we'll bring in the purple umbrella, make it a polka dot, and put a tail on it, and it'll work.
And then toot our own horn and be like, you need this umbrella in your life.
And let me show how it will bless you.
My sister-in-law said she told somebody today that she needs to learn how to toot her own horn. Yes, we do. I'm the only person that can tell you outside of God himself how great I am. People watch us and they can see something in us, but they won't approach us because they're waiting for us to discover us for ourselves. And I'm not saying, chase them to their car and follow them home. But what I'm saying is when the opportunity presents itself, don't sit silent. If your boss is saying, listen, I'm looking for a new shift leader. I'm looking for somebody who can run the shift. You are able to do so. Don't stand up and stand there and wait to see if somebody gonna say something. You be the first person to say something like, yep, I can do that. If that's what you really want, I can do that. I've been waiting for the opportunity to show you that I am able to do this. Now, people, they look at your work ethic. They know you come to work every day. They know that you do what you need to do. They don't catch you slacking. You not taking 20 minutes when you knew you should have only took 10. So when the opportunity avails itself, then you can stand up and say, listen, I can do that. And not only can I do it, I will do it well. If you give me the opportunity, I will not disappoint you. We need to toot our own horn sometimes as entrepreneurs, because they say that we are the rising sect of entrepreneurship. Black women are coming up with businesses. Their creativity is awesome. I get on Black Girls Craft and I look at the stuff that my craft abilities only go so far. But I look at the stuff that these Black women create. and go, oh my God, you should be a millionaire. What about the woman, the black woman who did the box of crayons, and it was makeup?
What?
Box of crayons. She became a millionaire overnight. Just a box of crayons, makeup. We are so creative. I'm telling you, we some bad girls. We are bad girls, and we sit on some things a lot of times. But I look at Black Girls Crafts, and I look at some of the stuff, the things that they sew. This woman made a kitchen table in the shape of Africa. I said, what you say? And she painted it with lions, tigers, and bears. I was like, oh my goodness. Create. When I went to the Essence Fest, it was a black woman there, and I was telling Sister Tamika about this. She had a huge painting, and it was a bride. But when you touch the painting, it was what they call them 3D paintings. I don't know what she painted the woman's face and arms, but the wedding dress that she had on was made out of a wedding dress material. And then she had a necklace that was actual pearls on her necklace. She was selling that for $2,500. Had I had $2,500 at that moment, I would have bought that painting, and I would have put it up somewhere in my house, and I would have thanked God for it. We are creative. We are awesome. Like I said, the fastest growing entrepreneurs. We're coming up, and we're running our own businesses. We went into the corporate world, and we learned what to do and what not to do, and so now we doing it for ourselves. And so we have to learn how to toot our own horn. Like I said, when you walk into the room, stop sitting with everybody you know. Sit at the table with people that look like they are already where you trying to go.
Come on now. That makes sense.
Mama used to say, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job that you want. And so we have to stop. What do they call it? Oh goodness, I lost some words, but we have to stop just hanging out with people we know. And we have to begin to venture out and begin to literally network with people who can take us or mentor us and teach us so we can get to the next place. Those that are here with me here in South Carolina, while we were in Warren one time, we met a millionaire. He walked into a restaurant. We met a millionaire. He was so happy. He had just got saved that day. He was happy that he was saved. He was telling us about his experience with Christ. And he sat down next to me and just began to talk. Okay, I could look at his jewelry and tell at that time I didn't know he was a millionaire, but I knew he was a man of wealth based on what he wore on his wrist, the ring he wore on his finger, and a few other things. Okay, I got to know him. I asked him for his card because this is a man of wealth. We established relationship. He's a good friend. Established relationship. And so he asked me one time, we were on the phone, he said, what will it take? How much money will it take to invest in your vision? I had no clue. I didn't know what to answer him. I said, it would take something to do all that I need to do. He said, so you don't know? I said, no. He said, that's why God sent me to your life. He said, the next time a millionaire asks you, how much will it take to invest in your vision? You need to have an answer. So in other words, you need to go research everything that you want to do. You need to figure out what it costs to get it off the ground. He broke it down to me to the last common denominator. I'm down to paying staff. He said, and add it up, and that's what you say. He said, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. I'm waiting on the next millionaire to ask me a question. Because I have an answer. Wait, down to the lowest common denominator. He taught me something that day, that evening on the phone. and it stuck with me. It stuck with it. And when he calls from time to time, I tell him, answer me that question again, because I'm gonna give you a number.
Okay.
And he laughs. But that's what, when we write down our plan, when we write down our vision, we need to know what our vision is going to cost us. What sacrifices are we going to make? We need to know that in. But we also need to know monetary wise, what is it going to cost to fulfill your dream? What is it going to cost for you to do the vision that God has given you? What is it going to cost for you to do a startup business? What is it going to cost for you to pay your staff? What is it going to cost for you to get into a building or whatever it is that you want to do? Prophetess Nichelle tells us that her vision, she wants the food truck. But what is it going to cost to buy a used food truck? What is it going to cost to buy a new food truck? What is the insurance going to be? What is it? What are the things? Is there the licensing? Do you have to have certifications? And what skills do you have to have certification? So we gotta start to put our plan to work. A lot of times we have dreams, we have visions, but we don't move, because it's going to cost us, it's going to make us work. But we have to be willing to do the work. I'm telling y'all, read this book right here. She's going to encourage you. She's going to inspire you. She's going to pull you up off the couch and kick you in your tail and tell you to get moving. She's going to give some instructions on how to overcome certain adversities. She's going to talk about a whole lot. This is an awesome book, How Exceptional Women Lead. I'll be here for another 2 hours trying to tell y'all everything that she has in this book. But she has a wealth of information. And not only does she have, yes, networking is important, Cynthia, for building businesses. We have to network. We need other people. We got to stop acting like we don't need other people. We need other people. We need the connection. Some things we just cannot do ourselves. Somebody else sometimes have to open the door for you, because you can't open it yourself. And sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. But if you don't network, you won't know anybody. And we need to network in more than just our field. So if you own a janitorial company, you need to network with some folk that's outside of the janitorial company. You need to network with some CEOs, because you need them to open up the door to their buildings for you to come in and clean. You can't just keep hanging out with those who own janitorial companies. So we can't get stuck in just one area of our networking either. But networking is extremely important. You never know who is the next person that you're networking with who can open up a door of opportunity for you. And we have to put ourselves in a position where we right there, so when those doors open, we can walk in, and we have to be prepared. You can't come to the table and you're not prepared for what's going to go on at the table.
Do some background.
You're going to have to get it together. So it is important. We need to do some research. We got to stop being lazy. And I'm talking to myself too. I ain't just talking to y'all. I'm talking, as I read this book, I was like, oh, I'm guilty of some of these things that she is saying, that being disappointed and shutting down, and because it didn't work the first or the second time. And so I am inspired. I am motivated to do some things that maybe I sat down, or to do some things differently, so that I can succeed in other areas. It's more to me than being Apostle Pearl. It's more to me than me being Bible thumping. It's more to me than preaching. It's way more to me than just singing. God has given me some things, and I just need to get up off my rusty dusty and get it moving. So how you feel about that? What is God giving you?
He's giving me some more vision on this bed and breakfast. And it's not just going to be your average bed and breakfast. So that's what I'm working on now. That's what I'm working on.
So where do you see yourself in about 6 months with that?
Shadowing. Like I am. I'm going to find me somebody to shadow. I'm going to find me somebody that doesn't mind me coming in and seeing the ins and outs, without them thinking that I'm trying to steal from them.
All
I want
right.
to establish a relationship right there.
Right.
So they can give me a hand up.
Right. Now, you all that's still on the line, is there any vision or dream that you put down that now you may feel encouraged or motivated to pick back up and be that Black phenomenal woman who is leading in this day, in this time? I'm going to give y'all a minute to type it in, because there's some things that I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick back up my writing. I put that down to a degree. I have 3 books that I'm halfway through. Halfway. I stopped this book. I stopped this book. I stopped this book. And so I'm going to pick one back up, and I'm going to give myself some goals, and I'm going to be like, this is where you need to be in 30 days. This is where you need to be in 3 months, and you need to be finished in 6 months with this book. I just feel motivated. There's so much that God has given me, and a lot of it we get discouraged, we get tired, or just our life sometimes, and it's so busy that's the excuse. My life is just busy. I'm trying to pastor, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. But I realize that we can do what we want to do when we really want to do it. She said, I'm expanding my business. This is Cynthia, I'm expanding my business development services and writing as well. Yes, Tamika, I'm with you. I got it my own way. Y'all know I got to lean close because I only got one eye right now. Okay, so yes, I'm with you. I got it my own way. It's not the devil. It's not Auntie Nim. It's not the kids, because my kids is grown. My grandkids is hundreds of miles away, so I can't even say it's their fault. I get in my own way. And so as I was reading this book, I decided that I'm going to get out of my way, and I'm going to do what God has been pushing and telling me to do, that I had become discouraged in. You know, sometimes you get a little writer's block, but not even in that. We shouldn't even allow that to stop us. Maybe sometimes you do have to come away, shake your head, clear it out, but get right back to the grind. And so I want to encourage those of you who are on the line watching. I want to encourage those that may come back later and watch. I want to encourage you to pick back up that vision and get on your grind, get the job done, because you are an exceptional, phenomenal Black woman who has the ability to lead. You are a trailblazer, a trendsetter. You can get it done, baby. You can get it done. And you can get it done being you. You can get it done. Think outside the box. Once again, we are creative women. Yes, we are. We are a strong woman. We can get it done. We can get it done. And maybe you don't want to do it by yourself. Go get you another strong sister like you that got her head straight and on her shoulders. That's not a jealous woman. That y'all can work together and get on the grind and do what you need to do. I look at my cousin. She's doing so well with her lash loft. She has the business Lash Loft. Y'all go see her. She up in Solon. Oh, wow. But she went from North Carolina to Cleveland to Solon. And she's doing well. I'm looking at her. I'm so proud of her because she on her grind. She had a vision and she's doing her vision. Her sister got a vision up. In North Carolina, she getting the job done. If you look at this Z, if you looking at this Isha, hey, I'm proud of y'all. I look at my sister in the position and the things that she do with her job. I say, hey, I'm proud of y'all. My sister-in-law who on here, she getting it done on her job. We phenomenal. I know I'm just talking about my family, but you know, we phenomenal. We can't help it. We can't help it. We got the goods. Come and see us. We gonna help you. And so we got to get that attitude about ourselves. Tamika is on here. Y'all got to see the Tamika Terrell artistry. She right here on Facebook. She sing, honey. You need a singer. Yes. She can sing. You need some poetry. She can do the poetry. Amen. She can get the job done. She's a painter. I'm telling you, I got something on my wall. My sister Cynthia, she has parameds. Amen. Organization. Amen. She teaches. Glory be to God. If you need to learn CPR, if you need to get certain certifications like phlebotomy, she got it going on. Y'all inbox one another. If you know somebody who looking for that kind of teaching and kind of training, she got it going on. Y'all need to call her. We are phenomenal. We just got to get on our grind. Listen, I'm tooting y'all horn, but you got to start tooting your own horn. Glory be to God. We got to toot. We got to tell people I'm a phenomenal black woman, baby. If you hire me, it's going to get done. I'm telling you, yes. I'm the best at what I do. I talk. You need somebody to say something? I got you. Wait, on most subjects, I got you. You need somebody to come preach, teach? I got you. And it don't necessarily have to be the Bible. Amen. I got you. We are phenomenal, and we need to know that we are phenomenal. We need to walk like we're phenomenal. We need to act like we're phenomenal. We need to talk like we are phenomenal, because we are. Sisters, hold your head up. I know some of y'all don't have these self-esteem issues, but just in case somebody listening or come back and watch, hold your head up. You are phenomenal. You are exceptional. You are a strong black woman. Don't let nobody tell you because you strong that you trying to outman them. That is a weak man. He don't know who he is, so he don't want you to know who you are. Be the strong black woman that you are. Do what you need to do. Talk to God about what he wants you to do, and get on your path and get on your grind. I'm telling y'all, I'm motivated. I'm about to be a coach.
Listen. Still, you want to?
Hey, Enid, I know you a bad girl too. This is my family right here, y'all. You a bad girl too. That's it. That's it. Right there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You want to stay away from those people that say, if I was you, I wouldn't do it that way. Now, constructive criticism is one thing, but to just put you down and kick you for every thought that you have, that's another. So stay away from that type of negative influence. You don't need that.
That's right. Don't hang out with people who
don't know.
Don't hang out with people who don't know who you are. Don't do that. X them. If they got something negative to say, they need to be cut away. And yes, Cynthia, we need to go back. We did one 2 years ago, but we need to go back and redo a vision board. I'm telling you, them things are awesome. They are awesome because you get to look and see what you have accomplished from your board. I have one. I have it packed away. But I think I'm gonna take that through Greater Works. We're gonna do another vision board and see what has already come to pass and what else we need to work on. But we're gonna get ready to go. We're gonna get ready to leave. We just want to tell you to get the book. How Exceptional Black Women Lead by Dr. DeWeever. I think it's Ava DeWeever. It is an excellent book. It is a book that you need on your shelf. It is a book that will encourage you. It is a book that will push you. She gives you information. After each chapter, she gives you something to do. Something to read, something to do. Let me read one of those things and then I'm really going to go. I promise I'm really going to go. Hold on. I put one on Apostle Pearl. I put one, not just the affirmation, but she gave an assignment. Let me see if I can get to an assignment. But after each one, she gives something for you to do. She gives an assignment. How about I do it like this? Okay, I'm way over there. Okay, let's do this. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to get myself together. Yeah, Avis. Her name is Avis Jones-DeWeever. How Exceptional Black Women Lead. Unlocking the Secrets to Phenomenal Success in Career and Life. All right, let's go. Let's go right here. All right, and then we go to the end. She has a workbook that goes with this book that you can get online and is free. You have to, I'll put that information on, I'll put it on my page so you can have it. But I want to give you an example of what she gives after each chapter. She give you something to do. The first question, this is from her Exceptional Black Woman Vision and Action Guide, and that's what you can get going online. Is what is your biggest and boldest leadership ambition? What is it that you want to do? The second question is, where are you now along on that journey? And where would you want to be in a year? So she give you things, not just something to read and to think about, but she also give you something to do. So tonight, before we leave, we ask you, you don't have to put it on the line, but what is your biggest and boldest leadership ambition? What is it? What's this big thing that you want to do that you believe you can't do, but you really can? If you put your mind to it. Why? Because you are exceptional and you are phenomenal. We thank you for joining us on tonight for the Virtuous Divas Book Club. I'll put next month's books on the page as well. We just want to encourage you. We want to push you. You are phenomenal. You are exceptional. You are beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You the head and you're not the tail. You above and you not beneath. You a bad girl. I know they say other stuff in the world, but I can't do that. You a bad girl. We thank you. We pray that you enjoyed us. God bless you. Until next month.
All right.